This is your Google Tag Manager Quick Start Guide. And today we're going to be talking about how to set up and how to use Tag Manager accounts, how to use that Tag Manager container, and how to get your code onto your site. Before we go into it though, let me tell you, I love Tag Manager. It is honestly one of the most powerful tools that we have ever seen come along, and Google has done an amazing job with it. Everything goes into that suitcase, and it's one of those tools that so often I see that is not used correctly. I see so many times when I go into a Google Ads account and I look at the history, see if I'm auditing an account, and I see a Google tag set up or analytics set up, and the containers are empty, or it's not being used. Tag Manager is your best friend. If you really want to scale an account, you want to scale your conversions, you really want to be able to succeed in knowing who's coming to your site, what they're doing on your site, being able to create audiences and goals, Tag Manager is your friend. And the biggest thing about Tag Manager, and people ask me all the time, why should I use Tag Manager? And I think the biggest reason why is it's simple. Look, you just take, in the old days in analytics, we paste your analytics code on there, and anytime that you want to make changes and you're adding something new, you have to go get a new code, you have to put a new code back on, and it was so easy to get outdated. The beauty of Tag Manager is that we create a container. We put that JavaScript code onto the site, and it stays there, and we can literally add all kinds of different tags. You can use your Facebook pixel, you can manage it there. If you're doing call tracking, you can put that. You can use Universal Analytics. The list is endless of how you want to be able to track consumer behavior when they come to your website, who's buying, who's not buying, and how to be able to get back to them. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to walk you through that. Step one, what you want to do is you want to set up an account. And when you set up an account, you want to set it up, per company, right? So in this particular case is my company account. And then you'll go ahead and you'll put in the state, whether you want to share the data with Google. And then what you're going to do now is you're going to do your container setup. Your container setup is going to be obviously your website. So you say abcco.com, for example. In here, it's going to ask you what you're using, right? Is this an app, for example? Is this a website? Most of the times what we're using is website. You're going to take your language, and then you're going to go ahead and accept the terms, and you're going to accept the conditions. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and you are going to grab this code right here, and you're going to place that in your website. Very, very easy to do. This goes in the head, this goes in the body. You don't have to go in there and put Google Analytics on top of this anymore. I see that happening a lot too. You just put in the tag, and then we go ahead and we connect Google Analytics. I'm going to show you how to do that in a moment, okay? If you have other codes in your website, get rid of them. If you have your Facebook pixel, for example, get rid of it. You can just put your Facebook pixel inside of your tag. This is the only code that you'll need to manage inside of your tag anymore. If so, depending on what kind of site that you have, obviously you'd go ahead and you would get it into there. Now, what you want to do is you want to go in there and you want to create a tag. And in this particular tag, what you want to do is you want to use Google Analytics, Universal Analytics, and then we'll go here for page view. You want to set a new variable. In the new variable now, you want to go in there and you want to go into your analytics, and you want to go to admin. And then from admin, what we're going to do is we're going to get the actual page. So you go to the property settings here, and then what you're going to do is you're going to get your UAID. So what you do now is you go into Google Analytics, you go into the gear here, and that takes you into the admin. In the admin, you have your account, and then you have your property settings. And then this website right here should be the one that you're going to be using. When you go into this website now, you can go into property settings, and this right here will be your UA or your Google Analytics code. And then you'll copy that, and then you're going to put it right inside of here. And then what you do is you go ahead and you save that, and we'll go ahead and we'll name that, right, our Google Analytics. And bam. And then what you'll do right here is just go ahead and save that again. Okay, and now what we want to do is we want to add a trigger. In this particular case, the base trigger is going to be people in all pages. We want to go ahead and we want to track it. So let's go ahead and let's add that, and bam, your tag is now set. You have one tag as I go in here and I check the tags, and this particular tag is, oops, I can't even click on there, is collecting all the page visitor data. That's your baseline. Now, if you want to build upon that, then you can go ahead and you can add different tags on top of that as well too. And at this point here, what you want to do is you want to go ahead and submit it, and then you publish it. And then when you do here, you put in like the version name, for example. The version name would be added tag, for example, and so that way you can remember, you know, what you did. And then you publish it, and then you are all set to go. Your tag is running and it's firing, and you should be good to go. I hope that you found this information that was helpful for you today. I hope that you are using Tag Manager to your greatest advantage. If you have any questions about Tag Manager, put them in the comments below. I respond to all the comments myself personally. And if you found this valuable, like the page, subscribe right up here as well too, and that way you'll be alerted to new additional trainings that we have coming out.